Henry McClure live here in the Glass Houses studio, burning the midnight oil. I got to get this company as a sponsor. This stuff is, it's, I guess the best word that I can think of is pungent. It is sauerkraut juice, but it detoxes your kidneys or cleanses your liver. And I still think after my, even though I'm a decade clean and sober, I still think my liver's going, oh, thank you. And my kidneys go, oh, yeah. Hey, how are you tonight? I'm here promoting my YouTube channel. Did you ever hear this ad? This is a good one.
Topeka, follow the money, and let's just see what's cooking. What do you think we'd find?
Have you heard this?
Are the rich getting richer? The same career politicians that shut us down during the pandemic are lining pockets with taxpayer dollars. While families struggle and entrepreneurs can't keep their doors open. $3.5 million in wages dedicated to infrastructure has gone down the drain. Something's gone bad. Let's get this cook out of the kitchen. We need leadership that listens.
Let's put Shawnee County first this November. Vote for Henry McClure, Shawnee County Commissioner, District 2.
Paid for by Shawnee County First. Henry McClure, Treasurer.
What's really great is think about that. That was paid for with the Whataburger Commission. You know, I got to get this guy, the guy that did the voiceover is really a talented guy. And he lives just down the street. And I want to get him to help me with the Mike Siegel art project. But, hey, well, wait a minute. Hang on here. So if you follow the link on my, whatever this is, the description and the title, you can see my TV commercial. Plus, you can see my YouTube channel, which is growing. It is really growing. And I got to thank MD. So what we do is we download these videos, the Henry McClure Live videos, and then we put the search engine optimization on them. We archive them. We put the graphics up, put them on the YouTube channel. And so what I'm getting here on Facebook, I ran into my good friend Eric Dinkle just a little while ago. And what I get on my YouTube channel is just, it's a touch, there's a lot of touches. I think I'm trending at about, if you annualize my touches, I'm somewhere around about 1.5 million touches on Facebook. And thank you. And I really don't think I'm that interesting, but you do hear the truth. You hear the truth. I think I just picked up a new sponsor. I've got to get pictures of the inside of my car and my mirror, but a company that owns a dash cam company has seen some of my videos and they want me to promote their dash cam. That's kind of fun. But I really do need some help with the Mike Siegel project. He was just lecturing me a minute ago. Don't ever tell anybody you're doing the best you can, because that ain't good enough, right? You can try harder, you can work harder, but Mike has got some talent, and I'm going to tell you what I love about Mike is when I first started with Mace Rich, I worked for everybody, but I did have to update Mike Siegel all the time because Mace and Dana or Art would want to walk into his office in Santa Monica, and they want to know what was going on. And this is where I really got lucky. So I was working with a fella named Hawkeye and the Podge and Yeg and Tommy, and we had Sandy. I forgot the girl with the wig's name, but she used to call me Henri Lapon. And then who else did we have? We had Pat Kiley. His Pat Kiley's granddad was Enid Mills. And then we had the maintenance guy. I'll think of his name. But we had, in 1983, Boulder, Colorado was a mystical time. But I tell you, what I really liked about working with Mike was he was nice to me, you know? And, sometimes he'd get a little uppity, but hell, he's a seagull. He was the first trainee of the Macerich Company. Then there was Mike Johnson, then me. I was the third guy. And, Doug Bassett, if you're watching this, you can comment to anybody about you. The guy you really want to talk to is Van Wilson or Ray Bewley or Steve Roush. Or we can also call Dana Kay about my expense reports. They were monumental. But who cares what it didn't matter working for an entrepreneurial company, because I'll bet you if I looked hard enough, there are tenants that I put in business. I'll bet you I could find one. There are tenants that I put in business when I worked for Macerich that are still in business today. And what's really wild, Henry McClure's expenses didn't, we should have sold to Simon when we had the chance. Oh, man. That is strong. All right, so MD, if you're watching, which you better be, I don't know if you watch my videos. See if you're online. No, you're not online. Somebody's watching. But hey, if it's MD, acknowledge. But what I want you to do is let's give Mike a quote for taking all the artwork, the description, and uploading it to the virtual store that we've got. And I had to pull that up and put it down in the comments, or I'll do it later. But I want to get it per picture. Okay, I'll give you access to my Hostinger, and then we'll just have you upload it per picture. I had a guy working for me. I guess he's going to need to learn that there's no indispensable man. Hey, speaking of being indispensable, did you hear about the 40,000 people? I think the number is 40,000 that are going to take their early retirement for the government. A friend of mine asked me, he goes, deal or no deal? And I said, no deal. Wait it out. Let's see what you got. Why should you take the early retirement if you're really doing a good job? I think that's 40,000 people that feel guilty. Oh man, I'm tired of fleecing the taxpayers. And I'm going to tell you something, this fraud, waste, and abuse that they're finding out, that people are squealing like stuck pigs, pretty soon it's going to come back to the Topeka, to where you can start, when you can start analyzing what's really going on. Hey, $5 million a year in sales tax comes in, and it was for economic development and infrastructure. And now we're going to give $9.2 million to a guy that, on a deal that doesn't work. Hey, there's Barry working. Hey, thanks for all your help today. But, well, yeah, they get to retire. So you get your buyout and you retire. I mean, these guys are civil servants. They've been paying in. Now they're going to want to make sure Social Security is protected. But what's going on today in this country is awesome. And I'm telling you what it does. It's what's happened when you have true leadership. Somebody willing to take it on, take everybody on. Trump isn't afraid of anybody. They're not afraid of anybody. You know, if he'd come to town, I'm going to get Elon Musk in here. We'll fix Lawrence Bay. We'll go to Topeka. We'll go. I mean, they're nothing more than a DEI project. They really are. I was just watching one of the ads for Visit Topeka. It's kind of creative. I want to know, when they made that ad, why did they have the young girl like turning the fire hose on the community? Oh, it's kind of a catchy tune, but I'll tell you something. There's a guy in there that looks exactly like Mike Morris, or it's a relative of his. I don't know. It was just enough to make me want to turn the channel. All right. We got this San Pellegrino. Man, I was down at Sam's the other day, and they had the Maker's Mark in bottles. Those little suckers were hard to open, but man, they're good. I had to take a pair of pliers. So, let's take a moment here to reflect. I appreciate somebody. I called somebody today who I adore their social media. I think they're really, and it's not just because they're an attractive person, but they really give good quality social media. And I asked that person to help. Hey, would you help me? And they go, no. And no is the second best word in the world. It really is. Nope. Don't want to take my eye off the ball. I got my own thing going. And that's cool. I like that. I like no. The important thing is asking. But I do need help. I need help from an entrepreneurial type to get involved with this art project. Oh man, I did call the guy that wrote that, and I want to be involved with helping the Black Civil War mural, but it's like 250 grand is what they got to raise. And if I'm going to go out and raise 250 grand, it's going to be for veterans housing. But I would still like to figure out some way to help them with Agape Village, but we're better off creating housing for the defendants or for the descendants of the Black Civil War people. Oh man, you know, we are so rich in history with the Civil War here in Topeka. I mean, that's how the McClures got here. Samuel McClure was discharged here, a Yankee chaplain. And then Henry Bantleon, you've been studying that? Well, yeah, and I'd like to learn more about it because there's something about art that it tugs art and your heart. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to be rhyming at this hour, but the Civil War, you know, John Brown, you know, we changed the world here. We changed America, the Kansans, the Jayhawkers. The Battle of Westport. You know, that what's really kind of, you know, I would say fucked up, but, you know, well, at this hour, I don't think anybody's watching live. But do you know that the original Constitution, and it's in Lecompton, and you can go talk to Tim Ruis over there, has a black law in it. And it wasn't that, originally, it wasn't that we were against slavery. We were just Kansans. We were against black people. And our families weren't born in Kansas. See, I'm running for cover. You know, the McClures, I'd have to ask my cousin Tom. there were some McClures from Ohio and Pennsylvania, and I think both sides of my family are from Pennsylvania, the Bantleons and the McClures. But we were both, our families got here uh, 4 generations ago because of the Civil War. Except Henry Bantleon, I think, had some relatives that were here because my mom used to tell me I was a 6th-generation Wyandotte County boy, and that would make Bantleon, Kansas City Bantleon, 7. And we have another Bantleon actually living over on the Missouri side, Martha. Who she wants me to quit picking on Fauci. Well, sorry. You know what I like with the new regime more than anything, we're not going to have men in women's sports. I mean, think about that. Why should it take an executive order from our president to, I mean, what about common sense? Well, wait a minute. I don't really want my daughter showering or changing in a room with a guy, you know? And something, you shouldn't be shamed into standing up against that. They them, whoever they them are, and you don't have to say it anymore. Gutfeld, you ought to watch Gutfeld. I like Brian Gutfeld. I like that show. Kat Temp's all pregnant, and she just got, some women, when they get pregnant, they just glow. And my wife, Renee, did. Renee glowed. She, I'll tell you, that was the most beautiful she ever looked, ever. It takes such great energy to hatch, that's what I love about women, the beauty it takes to create life, and how precious life is. And take it from a guy that drank himself to death. What a waste of time. I thank God every day that I got a second chance. I really do. I know that God didn't bring me back here to do the Whataburger deal. But what God did do is he afforded me the commission to tell you guys how we need to make changes. We got to stop doing it the old ways. We got to stop it. Hey, we got a Jetto meeting coming up. Oh, hey. I want to get Cody Foster in here, Mike Morris, Pee Wee Herman or Miss Congeniality. Get them to the studio. Got an extra microphone. We'll get them some sauerkraut juice. Yeah. But I want those guys to come in here and tell the taxpayers of Shawnee County why putting $9.5 million into the AT&T building's a good idea. I mean, we're short. We can't pay our bills as a city the way we're run today. Boy, I'll tell you what. Dr. Robert, I know what you're going through right now. You just wait. Your days are numbered. You got a target on your back. So you want to raise sales tax to pay the bills. Well, why don't you use the existing sales tax that we got for the right thing? You're going to start seeing the change become the normal thing. Really. when go onto my YouTube page and look at the very top, you'll see the petition that Earl McIntosh, 5,400 people signed a petition that listen to this. Don't sit back and watch the others make decisions about the place that you work and live. Be a part of the conversation. So it ends up being the future you dream of as well. Well, I ain't dreaming of a future with Cody Foster getting money for the AT&T building. We ought to turn that into a housing project. But I want Cody to come in. I want Mike Morris and Matt Pavarnak and Molly Howie. They should have to answer to the taxpayers of why everybody should everybody should pay more and be more humble so that they can have this project. I've got a thing on. This is funny. Are any of you on TikTok? I kind of like TikTok. So.
Are any officials here preparing to fight Democratic lawmakers in the streets?
Oh man.
Absolutely not.
So
And thanks for
I
the
like
question.
this girl.
some elected Democrats are so steamed about Doge. Congresswoman LaMonica McIver says we are at war. Ilhan Omar says we might actually see somebody get killed. And Chris Van Hollen says we have to fight this in the Congress.
I will tell you. You see that girl, the press secretary? Mark my words. I'll write it on the wall in here. That girl, if she ever wants to be president of the United States, not only does she have my vote, she will win hands down. She is one of the smartest cookies out there. She didn't get the job because of her sexual preference or her race. She got the job because she's smart. She's got the job because she's qualified. Look, this is a good one. Let's see. Here we go. I always like this one.
It was a choice. Your life unless you got. Cannot change your life unless you change something. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got.
That's a good one. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. We're going to have to make radical changes. We're going to have to be radical. We're going to have to stand up to the establishment in this community and do things differently. Here's the crazy thing about it. It's not about me playing the victim. The taxpayers are the victim. I'm a taxpayer. I get to complain. It's my right and duty to say, you know something? You guys don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what it's like to be a real estate developer, and you're throwing good money after bad. Think about it. All the corporate welfare that we gave out there didn't lower your tax base. We didn't draw people to the community. We just gave people in counties that surround us jobs. But this is the papa of all papas. Watch this one. Here we go. TikTok, baby. TikTok. Ooh, wow. This has now 9,299 views.
Mark my words, in Topeka, Kansas, the next big thing with Go Topeka will be to offer a grant for people to come occupy the lab space that they're wasting money on that didn't create jobs. Mark my words, in Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
The next big...
Okay, so that was posted. That was posted on, let's see here. Do I got the date? December 19th, 2024. It's got 9,299 views, a total time played 29 hours and 33 minutes and 10 seconds. 39% of the people watched it all the way through. Average watch time is 11.6 seconds. It's only a 15-second video. And I got 122 new followers out of that video. But you'll see, until we cut them off, until we take all the money away, and here's the beauty thing about taking all the money away, it creates an even playing field. And how it creates an even playing field is we put all the money into infrastructure. And if we have a lower tax base, if we have lower taxes, better infrastructure, we can attract people to live here. The next thing you got to do is talk to your senator, talk to your House of Representative person, because we've got to restructure how we appraise real estate and how we tax people on property tax. The day you buy your real estate, a willing seller, a willing buyer, boom, that's the market value. That's it. That's tried, true, tested. That's the only way. What a guy will pay and what a guy will sell. If you put improvements in it, you paid sales tax on the materials and you paid the laborers if you did it yourself. But you don't know that that's going to add value. So this hocus pocus that we got going on property tax, well, that sold for this and that sold for that, and comparables, they act like they know what they're doing, but they don't. And when Trump takes away the Department of Education, we ought to look at Kansas Department of Education. You know, maybe we've got to figure out how to get money down to the teachers and teach our kids the truth. You know, it's better off learning the ugly truth about your country. You know, hey, wait a second. George Floyd was stoned. And what about all the riots that happened after, you know, out there? Man, I'm telling you, the USA Aid, think about that. They're finding all this money that went to basically the propaganda machine to embolden the party in power. But the people rose up. Joe Rogan, think about Tucker Carlson. The people that are out telling the truth in, we're like, it's like there was a nuclear bomb and we're the people that are actually broadcasting like Terminator. Hey, is there anybody out there? Yeah. You know, the guy, John Connors, is in he's in the mountain over in Colorado. Hey, Connors, you okay? Who's with you? But that's what we are. We're the last bastion. We're like the town crier. You know, hey, the British are coming. The British are coming. The establishment is coming. They're coming for your tax dollars, and it's just to make the rich get richer. It is. And quit it. You know that Matt Paparnak makes $983 a day. Okay, that's fine. But his salary comes from the chamber and donations. Well, let the chamber and the donations fund the AT&T building. Let the establishment fund the establishment. Don't make the taxpayers who were taxing people out of their home pay for a guy's wet dream. Stop it. I don't care how many jobs you've created. I don't care how many stores you've opened. I don't care what real estate you purchased. Just because you did that, you don't get my money. Nope, you don't get my money. Well, anyway, hey, why didn't somebody call in and say hello? Does anybody want to be on the show? Oh, man. 785-383.9994. Oh, man. Well, I got that all off my chest. Feel better. Oh, man, I got to see the Bassett family today. Was out at Berkshire Hathaway. We were putting together some numbers. So let's say at the most, $1,000 in $1,000 in surveys. I'm going to spend $2,500 because I'm going to go ahead and survey all of 37th and Gage. 10, 12 grand in engineering, 50,000 for the road and the cul-de-sac, 6 lots. There's a way to make some money there. I need to get a home builder building some lots on the evening side. All right. It's been a good show. This is the Tonight Show with Henry McClure, coming to you from the Glass Houses studio, which is part of the Ryan Mowinkle empire of commercial real estate. You know, I've got some office space here. One of the Bassett boys is jamming out here on Northeast 25th. Which one, Brad? Jamming what? Northwest 25th. What's going on out there? I just did a deal out there. The Panda Express is coming out there at Rochester Northwest 25th. Oh, man. Where are you? Where are you? Building a business. Building businesses. Okay. All right. Well, Barry, thank you for tuning in. You're a loyal viewer. MD, don't forget to call Mike Siegel or answer his email. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.